So what is up, amigos? Hope you're doing awesome. Ballerina was one of the most awaited films this year, especially for action lovers, because it comes from the same world as John Wick franchise. And in India too, people are huge fans of the John Wick franchise. It's not just about the stylish fights, it's one of the most respected action film series. And people here love it for the clean visuals, the gripping pace, and the iconic character played by Keanu Reeves, of course. Naturally, many were excited to see if Keanu would appear in Ballerina too. And yes, he does make an appearance. But sadly, as always, the movie didn't release in India on the same day as the rest of the world. It came a week late, which is frustrating. Why can't films like this just release everywhere on the same date? But let's have that aside for now and talk about the film itself. So the movie, directed by Len Wiseman, who is also known for making action-heavy films like Underworld and Live Free or Die Hard, in Ballerina, the lead character Eve is played by Ana de Armas. Eve has been trained as an assassin by the same secret group that once trained John Wick. But there's a big difference here. Eve is not a legend like John Wick. People don't know her name yet, and she doesn't walk into a room and scare everyone. She's still on her own journey, still trying to become something. Her story begins with personal pain. Her father was killed, and since childhood, she has been trained for revenge. The movie shows her past, her training, and the life she leads as a loyal assassin before she finally decides to go rogue, break free, and go on her own path. Now, this part of the story takes a little longer to set up, expected, as John Wick 1 also did the same. Compared to the fast starts in John Wick films or the last one, here we spend more time understanding Eve's background. But that's not a bad thing, right? It actually helps you to connect with her character. It shows us what kind of world she comes from and how someone like her is created step by step. Now let's talk about the action scenes, because honestly, that's what most of us were waiting for. And thankfully, the film absolutely delivers exceptionally well on that promise. The action in Ballerina is clean, creative, and very enjoyable to watch. There's a fight in a bar that's full of energy and chaos. Then there's a restaurant scene where chairs and tables are thrown around and it feels like everything is being used as a weapon. The final part of the movie takes place in a snowy mountain area where we get to see flamethrowers, grenades, and large-scale destruction. The action is intense, loud, and very stylish. What makes it better is that Ana de Armas is not just shown as someone who is unbeatable or superhuman. She's actually smaller than most people she fights, but she uses her mind and the space around her to stay alive. She doesn't rely on strength, she fights smart, using chairs, walls, tables, or whatever is around her to turn the fight in her favor. And that's what makes her fights so interesting and believable. Also, the camera work in these scenes is so very smooth. You can see every move clearly and it feels like you're right there watching it unfold. No wonder Ana de Armas has trained really hard for this movie. Now, if you're a fan of the John Wick series, you'll be happy to know that some familiar faces show up in this film too. We see Winston and even Sharon, the hotel manager, one last time because he recently passed away. And of course, John Wick himself appears in a few scenes. Keanu Reeves doesn't just show up for a few seconds. His presence is actually strong, even though he's not the main focus, and it's handled well. He's there to support the story, but he doesn't take the attention away from Eve. And at the same time, the movie is careful to show that Eve is her own character. She's not trying to be another John Wick. She's new, she's still learning, and she's not invincible. That's what makes her journey feel more real and personal. However, if you follow the Wick series closely, you might notice that the timeline feels a bit off. According to the story in John Wick Chapter 3 and 4, Keanu's character should be recovering during this time, but in Ballerina, he's out there helping someone else. It doesn't really affect the story too much, but some fans might still find it confusing. Still, for most people, it won't be a problem because nobody cares. We're there for the action. Now, the last part of the movie is full of action and ends with a big sequence. But there's also a scene in the final act, or the third act as they call it, that seems like it's building up something major. There's a big reveal, and then it just ends without giving it a clear direction. It's not a big issue, but it might leave you with a small question in your mind like, why did they bring that up? Still, this doesn't take away from the fun. The movie gives what it promised: non-stop action, a strong new lead, and a familiar world. It doesn't try to add too many emotion or extra drama. It stays focused on the story of revenge, survival, and growth. And honestly, that works very well. So in the end, if you're someone who enjoys watching stylish action, or if you're a fan of the John Wick universe, then Ballerina is definitely worth your time in the theaters. Ana de Armas does a fantastic job leading the film. She brings a mix of strength, intelligence, and vulnerability that fits her character perfectly. Just don't go in expecting this to be like John Wick Chapter 4. It's not a sequel, so of course it won't be. It's not trying to be bigger or more powerful. Instead, it focuses on a smaller, more personal story. It introduces a new character and gives her space to grow. It may not be perfect, but it's a solid action film and a nice addition to the Wick world. If you have watched it already, do let me know what you thought in the comment section below. Did Ballerina live up to your expectations? Would you want to see more films like this from the same universe or the world? And if you enjoy simple, honest, quick movie reviews like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Please like the video and check out the others too. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, stay awesome, and bye-bye.